Poland is one of those rare destinations that consistently surprises travelers who arrive without knowing what to expect. Nestled in the heart of Central Europe, this country carries centuries of history within its borders, offering a landscape that shifts dramatically from dense ancient forests to dramatic mountain ranges, from medieval old towns to haunting memorials that remind the world of its darkest chapters. Poland is not just a place to visit, it is a place to feel, to understand, and to carry with you long after you have returned home. The country has been rebuilding, reinventing, and reimagining itself for decades, and today it stands as one of the most rewarding travel destinations on the continent. Whether you are drawn to architectural beauty, natural landscapes, cultural depth, or simply the warmth of Polish hospitality, this country delivers on every front. The following 10 destinations represent the very best that Poland has to offer, each one distinct in character, each one unforgettable in its own right. No journey through Poland begins anywhere other than Kraków. This city, sitting gracefully along the Vistula River in southern Poland, is arguably the most beautiful urban destination in the entire country. Unlike Warsaw, Kraków was largely spared from the destruction of the Second World War, which means its medieval architecture remains remarkably intact. The Old Town, a United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization World Heritage Site, is centered around the main market square, one of the largest medieval squares in all of Europe. Wawel Castle, perched on a limestone hill overlooking the river, tells the story of Polish kings and queens across centuries of royal history. The Jewish quarter of Kazimierz adds another layer of cultural richness, with its vibrant cafe culture, synagogues, and galleries. Kraków is also the gateway to Auschwitz-Birkenau, the former Nazi concentration and extermination camp located about 70 kilometers away, which stands as a sobering and essential reminder of the Holocaust. Warsaw, the capital of Poland, is a city that defies its own history. Almost completely destroyed during the Second World War, it was painstakingly rebuilt from rubble through an extraordinary act of national will and collective memory. Today, the reconstructed Old Town is itself a United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization World Heritage Site, a testament to the resilience of the Polish people. The royal castle, the colorful townhouses of the market square, and the winding cobblestone streets all feel authentically historic despite being reconstructed in the 20th century. Beyond the Old Town, Warsaw is a dynamic modern metropolis with world-class museums, including the Warsaw Rising Museum and the Polish History Museum, a thriving food scene, and a nightlife culture that rivals any European capital. The Palace of Culture and Science, a towering Stalinist-era skyscraper gifted by the Soviet Union, remains one of the most recognizable and debated landmarks in the city. Perched on the Baltic Sea coast in northern Poland, Gdańsk is a city of extraordinary maritime character and historical significance. Its colorful Dutch and Flemish-inspired architecture along the Long Lane and Long Market creates one of the most photogenic streetscapes in all of Central Europe. Gdańsk is also the birthplace of the Solidarity Movement, the trade union that played a pivotal role in bringing down communism in Poland and inspiring democratic movements across Eastern Europe. The European Solidarity Center, a striking museum built near the historic Gdańsk shipyard, tells this story with remarkable depth and emotional power. The city's waterfront, known as the Motława Riverbank, is lined with restaurants, amber shops, and historic granaries that have been converted into hotels and cultural spaces. Gdańsk is also part of the Tri-City metropolitan area, which includes the resort town of Sopot and the modern port city of Gdynia, making it an ideal base for exploring the entire northern coastline. Wrocław, located in southwestern Poland along the Oder River, is a city that enchants visitors with its playful spirit and architectural splendor. Often called the Venice of Poland due to its network of rivers, canals, and bridges, over 100 of them, Wrocław has a distinctly romantic quality that sets it apart from other Polish cities. The market square here is considered one of the most beautiful in Europe, surrounded by colorful Baroque townhouses and anchored by the magnificent Gothic town hall. The city is also famous for its bronze dwarfs, small figurines scattered throughout the streets that have become a beloved symbol of Wrocław's quirky identity. The cathedral island, known as Ostrów Tumski, is the oldest part of the city and home to the stunning Gothic cathedral of St. John the Baptist. Wrocław served as the European Capital of Culture in 2016, cementing its reputation as one of Poland's most vibrant cultural destinations. Tucked beneath the dramatic peaks of the Tatra Mountains along Poland's southern border with Slovakia, Zakopane is the country's premier mountain resort town. Known as the winter capital of Poland, it draws millions of visitors each year who come to ski, snowboard, and soak in the breathtaking alpine scenery. But Zakopane is equally rewarding in summer, when the mountains open up for hiking, mountain biking, and paragliding. The town itself has a distinctive wooden architecture style known as Zakopane style, developed in the late 19th century by architect Stanisław Witkiewicz, which blends folk art traditions with modern design principles. The Krupówki Promenade is the social heart of the town, lined with restaurants serving traditional Highland cuisine, souvenir shops, and street performers. The cable car ride up to Kasprowy Wierch offers panoramic views that stretch across the entire Tatra range and into Slovakia on clear days. Toruń is one of Poland's best-kept secrets, a perfectly preserved medieval city on the banks of the Vistula River in north-central Poland. Unlike many Polish cities, Toruń was never significantly damaged during the wars, which means its Gothic architecture has survived in an almost miraculous state of completeness. The Old Town, another United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization World Heritage Site, is a labyrinth of red brick churches, towers, and granaries that transport visitors back to the Middle Ages. Toruń is also the birthplace of Nicolaus Copernicus, the astronomer who proposed that the Earth revolves around the sun, and the city celebrates this heritage proudly with a dedicated museum in his birthhouse. The city is equally famous for its gingerbread, a tradition dating back to the medieval period, and visitors can even try their hand at baking their own at one of the local gingerbread workshops. Straddling the border between Poland and Belarus, the Białowieża forest is one of the most extraordinary natural environments remaining in Europe. This ancient woodland is the last and largest remnant of the primeval forest that once covered the entire European plain, and it has been protected as a national park and United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization World Heritage Site for decades. Walking through Białowieża feels like stepping into a world that existed before human civilization reshaped the landscape. Ancient oak trees tower overhead, moss-covered fallen trunks decompose slowly on the forest floor, and the air carries a deep, earthy stillness that is almost spiritual in quality. The forest is home to the European bison, the heaviest land animal on the continent, which was brought back from the brink of extinction through a successful breeding program. Guided tours through the strictly protected zones offer the chance to witness this remarkable ecosystem up close. Located just 14 kilometers from Kraków, the Wieliczka salt mine is one of the most astonishing underground attractions anywhere in the world. Continuously operated from the 13th century until 2007, the mine descends over 300 meters into the earth and contains an extraordinary network of tunnels, chambers, and underground lakes stretching for nearly 300 kilometers. What makes Wieliczka truly remarkable is the art created by miners over the centuries. Intricate sculptures, bas-reliefs, and even entire chapels carved entirely from rock salt. The Chapel of St. Kinga, a breathtaking underground cathedral with chandeliers made from salt crystals, is the undisputed highlight of any visit. The mine is a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization World Heritage Site and receives over 1.5 million visitors annually, making it one of the most visited tourist attractions in all of Poland. Standing on the banks of the Nogat River in northern Poland, Malbork Castle is the largest castle in the world measured by land area. And it is one of the most impressive medieval fortifications anywhere on Earth. Built in the 13th century by the Teutonic Knights, a German crusading military order, the castle served as the headquarters of their vast Baltic Empire for over a century. The sheer scale of the complex is staggering. Its red brick walls, towers, and courtyards spread across an area of over 52 acres, creating a fortress city unto itself. Meticulously restored after suffering significant damage during the Second World War, Malberg today is a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization, World Heritage Site, and a living museum that brings the medieval world vividly to life. Evening light shows projected onto the castle walls during summer months transform the already dramatic structure into something truly magical, making it a destination that lingers in the memory long after the journey home.